All right, welcome back to season 4 of our show, and today it's Red Hots. We're showing you a beautiful southern meal for the kid in all of us. Let's show you how to get it done. All right, so it's a beautiful southern meal for the kid in all of us, featuring Texas Red Hots. This goes out to our friends in Texas. Hope you guys are safe there. I'm sorry to hear about your bad weather, and I hope your families are safe. So we're gonna put these off to the side. We're going in with beans. Now these beans we're using today are red beans, a ham hock boiled down. So this is just red beans with a boiled down ham hock, and that's the base of our red beans. So we're just gonna put those off to the side. And we're gonna get to our cabbage. So we're making cabbage with this today. We're doing a beautiful slaw, and we're gonna show you how to get this done right off the bat. So in with our bowl we go. We're gonna take this cabbage. Now I have the cabbage here. I got some red onion and a carrot. So we'll just put our carrot off to the side, put our red onion over here, just so we got some cutting room, and let's cut this up. First thing I do is just cut the base off. Right down, lay it flat so it's flat. Now that we got it flat, start from one end in, other end, end in, and then take your knife in the middle, come in, and follow through. All right, there we go. There's a core in here. Here's our core. Just take your knife, come in this way, come in that way, and just pop out the core. Turn it flat. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna use all this cabbage today, so we'll just get the cores out, and we'll just kind of figure it out from there. All right, there we go. I'm gonna flip this over. Now this is the way I wanna do my cabbage today. So I'm gonna take my cabbage and I cut it like this. I'm gonna put it off to the side, and I'm gonna come down like this. So this is not your traditional cut. This is my cut today, because I'm showing you guys how to make a quick cabbage, or a quick slaw. All right, now I'm gonna judge it out. I think I want a little bit more. It's cut there, and in the basket it goes. Get this over here, and now I'm gonna get our onions in. No specific way. I'm just gonna go down this way, go down this way, and just get them cut up. Make the pieces pretty small. And once they're small enough, into the basket we go. All right, so I'm gonna put these off to the side right now. I'm just gonna show you how to get this carrot done. So here's our carrot. We'll come back and cut this up later on and show you this whole dish together. All right, so here's our carrot. I'm using a peeler today that's a little different from your traditional peeler, but this peeler I got online, I think it was at $3, and it's got a couple of different ways of peeling this. So I'm just gonna go in like this, and it's just gonna shred it. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna get to shredding this, and then I'm gonna meet you guys right back here to show you the rest of this, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we got our cabbage cut up, our onions are in here, our carrots. Let's show you what this looks like. So this is what you wanna do. You wanna look around, and if you see pieces that are too big or too small for you, just give it a stir, just give it a mix. Throw it around like that. And now we're ready for our other ingredients. So I'm going in with a little bit of sugar. Use as much or as little as you like. Some raisins. Now what the sugar is going to do, if you let this sit, it's going to bring out all of the moisture in the cabbage. So just spin it. like that. We're going in with relish. Going with a jar of that. Off to the side with that. And now we're just gonna give it a mix with a spoon. Just to incorporate everything in there well. Now coleslaws are funny because most people make them and they're terrible after the first day that you make them, and they're excellent after about the third day because all the flavors start to come out. And for those guys that know how to make cabbage, you know exactly what I mean. The cabbage starts to soften up. It's not hard, and it just gets softer. And the sad part about cabbage is right when it blossoms and blooms, it's about time to get rid of it. At that time, it's too old, and everything in the cabbage is too old. So the sweet spot to eat a cabbage is about 3 days in. That's my opinion from making it over the years. So let it sit in the fridge for about 2 days, and by the third day, you got yourself a beautiful cabbage. All right, so we got that mixed up. Now we're gonna go in with a touch of the South. Pecans. We're gonna chop those. Now these are toasted. Bring out all that oil and flavors in here. Now you don't want to pulverize these all the way down, but you want a good mix of them. And let's just get those in there. And let's just give the salad a quick toss. If you don't want to put the nuts, you don't have to. All right, there we go. Give it a stir too. And look at that. It's coming out beautiful already. So you got this salad coated. And right before you put your mayonnaise in, you're able to see where you're at with the salad. And now, it's time for the mayonnaise. Now with this, I'm gonna start off at least half of this. Everybody's different, but I'm gonna start off with at least half. Let's get that back. And now I'm using the spoon to mix this. That's when you'll see all those colors come out of here. And you'll actually know when you have enough mayo in here because the salad's gonna be just bright, and you'll see the carrot start to just bloom in there. You'll start to see it really bright. So the carrot's just gonna brighten up. And then you'll know when you have enough mayo in there. But, to each his own, and mix it as you please. So that, to me, looks about right. I might need just a touch more. Now this is one thing you can't toss, so you gotta use a spoon to do this. And get all the mayo off your spoon too, so it mixes in there properly. I kind of use the back of my spoon just to toss and turn. Toss and turn, toss and turn. Just like that. All right, you see that? I think that's about spot on. Maybe I'll put just a tiny little bit more. That's it. And I think I'm good. All right, we're gonna put this in the fridge, chill it out, and get it prepared for later on, and then we're just gonna plate it up later on. All right, on to our beans we go. All right, our slaw is chilled out right now. Let's show you the real deal pork and beans. All right, so today we're putting together a really beautiful pork and bean. This is just about as authentic as you can get this one. So here's a ham hock. I boiled down some beans. Now I put the beans in the ham hock. I used just a little bit of onion in that, and we just let it boil down on the stove for a couple hours. Now I'm just gonna cut this meat off of the ham hock. So you're gonna take the ham hock and just cut all the meat off of it. Now this was in the fridge for a little bit, just the ham hock. because I wanted to firm this up so I can get a better cut on it. Just take your knife and just cut all the meat out, just like that. And the fat too. You want to just make the fat into tiny little bits, because if you open up a can of pork and beans, the original pork and beans, it had the fat in there as well. So just cut that up in tiny little bits. And for you guys that don't like fat, I don't know what to tell you. All right, you can actually leave this out if you like, guys. All right, but nothing beats a true pork and bean. And then what we'll actually do, if we want, we can put that ham bone back in there and reflavor those beans, but that ham bone's just about exhausted, that hock. It's already gave all the flavor it's going to give. So we're going to retire it. All right, so we're just going to cut anything around it like that and just look around the bone. Now look at all that meat right here sitting in the corner. See that? That's the way this bone should be. Clean. All right, let's cut that meat up. And after you get all that nice meat cut up like that, and it looks like everybody can get a bite out of there, into our beans we go with it. Just slide these in and just get all that beautiful ham hock meat in there. I know you guys from the old school chain remember this one. You guys were raised on this, same with me. And we did nothing out of a can. So take your time, don't use cans, especially in today's economy. You'll save some money, you get true flavor, and you'll be a lot more healthier because you don't have all those preservatives to contend with. All right, let's get a spoon in, let's give that a mix. Looking good already. All right, this is where we get the rest of our ingredients in. We're gonna start off with some Jim Beam, a little bourbon. Just one shooter in there. It's a good amount. That's gonna bring out a lot of flavor. Barbecue sauce. This is a homemade, but you can make whatever you like, or use whatever you like. As much or as little as you guys like. Just feel it out. So that's that. This is a cumin powder. We're gonna sprinkle some of that in there to taste. Let's mix that up just to see where we're at. And we're looking pretty good. Crushed pepper, chili flakes, or pepperoncinis, they're called. Let's get those off to the side. We got some brown sugar here. Remember, as much or as little as you guys like. Crushed up a little bit. Let's give that a mix. Now the nice thing about this, you can do this the day before, or you can put this on your barbecue and go outside and bake it. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it. And today we're just putting it onto the stove. Just make sure it's mixed up real good. All right, so we got that. We're going in with some molasses, old school. Nice amount of that. This is the sweet bitter. Gotta have the molasses because it brings that old-fashioned flavor in. Mustard, just plain Jane mustard. Simple French's I'm using. Get a little blast of that. And Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Go in a good touch of that. And I got a homemade rub here. Onion powder, garlic powder. Little cayenne, just a touch. Paprika, and that's it. Let's mix that. You know these beans are going to turn out right, because you see where we're going with it. Give that a spin. All right. Now, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna slide this off to the side. We bring in our pot to put this in. Now I'm starting off with a little fresh onion. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here to get this going. And that's our fresh onion. I'm gonna put it all in. All right, we're gonna get situated and onto the cooker we go. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, so we put an onion on the stove and we sweated it down. And when I say sweated it down, it means a very low temperature, and you wanna go until it looks translucent. That means to sweat the onion. It doesn't mean to chase it around the block until it gets sweaty. All right, so we're gonna get our beans in. There we go. That's why you wanna bring all that flavor out of that onion, so they go in those beautiful beans. All right, so we're gonna let this go for about 20 minutes and cook it down even softer. And we're done. And we'll meet you back here. Get our dogs on, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, so we got our slaw done. We got our beans going. It's time for our Texas Red Hots. Let's show you how to do it. So it's time for our Red Hots. So how I do this is I use a pot. I don't use a grill because I feel I got a better hot dog over their fried dogs. So I'm using some onion. What we'll do is we'll cook down the onion. We'll cook down some bacon. That's pork fat bacon right there. We're gonna throw that in the pot. We're gonna render that down and then in with our Red Hots. These are dry. I let these sit out and dry for about a good hour so the skin gets crispy. And one nice thing about a Red Hot, you want that snap. And you can't do that without drying out the casing. So if you put a wet hot dog into a pan or on a grill or anything else like that, you're not gonna really get that snap. At the end of the day, it's still a sausage, so you wanna dry out that casing. This way you get that nice snap to it. All right, onto the stove we go. All right, so our onions are starting to turn a little on the brown side, and now we go in with our Red Hots. That's right. That's the sound you're looking for. Move them off to the side. Now you want to get the onion on top of them. Get that nice popping going on. That's what we're looking for. Let's fry them up. All right, we're gonna turn these over in a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna meet you back here, so stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, time to check on these. Now these took about 4 minutes in here, that was it. And coming to the end, I put a little bit of water just to steam them off, just to get them that nice steamy flavor at the end there, so to just soften up everything and just make everything beautiful. All right, that's it. We'll meet you on the chopping block. Stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, here we are, season 4 of Texas Red Hots. Let's show you what we got. Look at those guys. Beautiful. Look at all that bacon on there, the onions rendered down. That's the way you want to have these. Let's show you what we got going on over here. Look at that salad. That's a beautiful salad. And we got some brioche buns, and we got those gorgeous beans in the back. Time to plate up. Let's start with these beans first. So I'm gonna get a ladle and get in here. I was waiting for these pork and beans all day. All right. If you do them in advance, like I showed you guys how to do, you won't have to wait. You can even freeze these too. Just pull them out when you want. Anything beats out of a can, right? All right, so we got these. We're gonna bring these over here. Just clean our bowl up a bit. All right, so we got our pork and beans. Now we're gonna get some salad onto that plate. Look at that beautiful salad. You know, sometimes I like the slaw shredded up, and sometimes I like it just like this. Nice hearty. It's got those nuts in it, the raisins, onions. I mean, this is a beautiful springtime salad. And let's just get a little bit more of that on the plate. All right. And now it's time for our Texas dogs. So I'm going to bring in a bun. I think I'm going to bring in 2 of them. Why not? Can't have 1 dog. Always got to have 2. All right, so we're going to get dog in here. And we're going to get another one in here. There we go. Let's get some bacon on there. Off to the side. Nothing fancy about this one. We're going eating today. A little bit more on there. And some more of those onions. This is a dog you can actually have just by itself with the onions and the bacon on here. I mean, you don't even have to have any condiments on here. But we're going to put a little bit on today. All right, so we got that. And I think I'm going to go just a little mustard on here. Stone ground. I think I'll put just a little drizzle on top there. And put them on both. Why not? Can't go wrong with the stone ground. All right, there it is. A beautiful summertime plate. Let's get into this. Let's try that slaw. That is spot on. I mean, you can taste those pecans, the raisins, the sweetness in there. Beautiful. Let's try those beans. Wow, those ham hocks set that off. You guys have to try this one. You'll be highly impressed on that one. Those beans are just, they're off the charts. Let's give that dog a try. Wow. Adult kid food. That's how you want to do that. With the onions, the bacon. Spectacular. All right, we're going to get situated and we're going to meet you guys right back here, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, and there it is. Texas Reds for the grown kid at heart. And we finish this off with some beautiful coleslaw, gorgeous beans, and we put those red hots on a gorgeous brioche bun. If this doesn't bring you back to your childhood, I don't know what does. We thank you guys. We enjoyed having you. Again, with no further ado, gotta get that little Pitmaster taste there.